Hello everyone, this is your professor once again, Danny Kabulay, on the subject recruitment and selection. We are now in the final video for this week, video number 4 for week 12. This is the very last video for this whole semester. Okay? So, we will talk about potential breaches of the law by placement agencies. One potential breach of the law is illegal recruitment. So this is a violation of Migrant Workers Act or Republic Act 10022. What is the penalty pag nahuli ka na nagre-recruit ka ng illegal? 1 to 2 million pesos fine and 12 to 20 years imprisonment. But if your illegal recruitment is on a large scale and it constitutes economic sabotage, okay? This could mean a penalty or a fine of 2 to 5 million pesos and life imprisonment. Okay? Take note. So, yung mga illegal recruiters, pwede sila makulong habang buhay pag masyado maraming niloko. Okay? Another potential breach of the law or violation of the law is human trafficking. So, this is violating the law on Anti-Trafficking in Persons or Republic Act 9208. This involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. The penalty for human trafficking is 500,000 pesos up to 5 million pesos and imprisonment of 15 years to life imprisonment. Okay, mabigat din ang parusa sa human trafficking. Okay? So, kagaya ko minsan, nagre-recruit sila ng mga dancers for Japan. Pagdating sa Japan, hindi naman pala dancers. Prostitute pala ang magiging trabaho nila doon. So, again, that is human trafficking. Okay? Another example of a violation of the law by placement agencies, drug trafficking. So, this is in violation of the Anti-Dangerous Drugs Law or Republic Act 9165. Some placement agencies use deployed workers as drug mules. So sa kanila pinapabitbit yung mga drugs na itatago sa mga maleta nila. Wala silang kamalay-malay na yung bitbit pa na nila, pinakisuyo sa kanila, droga. Pag nahuli sila sa borders ng immigration o kaya ng mga authorities, no, airport police, sila ay makukulong at pwedeng yung mga drug mules na yun ay bibitayin. Kasi sa maraming bansa, pag nahuli ka na maraming dalang droga, death penalty ang parusa. Sa Pilipinas lang walang death penalty. Okay? So, ano bang penalty sa ganyang krimen? 500,000 up to 10 million pesos fine and 12 years imprisonment up to death penalty. Pero suspended kasi ang death penalty sa Pilipinas, so technically it's life imprisonment. Okay? Another violation is, kung halimbawa merong tayong OFW na naaksidente o namatay, yan, pwedeng merong potential tayong violation dyan. Hindi natin tinutukan ang kapakanan, ang welfare ng mga OFW na ating dineploy. Okay? So this is again a violation of the Migrant Workers Act because they're protected by that law. So that's Republic Act 10022. Again, the penalty is 1 to 2 million and 12 to 20 years imprisonment. But if it's economic sabotage, it's on a large scale, the penalty, the fine is 2 to 5 million and life imprisonment. Okay? And then the last one is non-payment of wages pag hindi tayo nagbabayad ng ating sweldo, no? So, Migrant Workers Act pa rin ang violation and the same penalties po. Okay? So, technically, yan po yung mga pinaka-common violations ng mga placement agencies here and abroad. Okay? Now, here's a case study called Drug Mules in Hong Kong. Sibol Placement Agency deployed 35 Filipino domestic helpers to Hong Kong last February 2021 rather. Okay? They instructed 3 of this batch to carry a special confidential package to be inserted in their luggage. Upon arrival in Hong Kong, airport security pulled aside these 3 Filipinas with suspicious packages, which apparently turned out to be several kilos of illegal drugs, an offense punishable by death penalty in China. The 3 Filipinas were arrested, indicted, pleading not guilty of the charges of possession of illegal drugs. Okay, here are the two questions. What are the liabilities of the placement agency? How could the recruited Filipino avoid being made drug mules by their placement agencies? Here are the answers. For the first question, the placement agency may be charged with drug trafficking and violation of the Migrant Workers Act. Second question, constant orientation would create awareness of the modus operandi of drug syndicates. So that should forewarn us. Okay? Now here is the last recitation question you need to answer. Salary undercut. Norman Estancia, a placed engineer for an airport construction project in Jordan, reported to his placement agency in Manila the undercutting of his basic pay from the agreed $3,500 per month per contract to only $2,500 per month. So, kinakaltasan siya ng $1,000. Dapat wala. Eureka Placement Agency, Norman's recruiter, ignored his plea for help for the past 14 months. Hindi siya pinapansin. This recitation, by the way, is equivalent to 2 recitations. Okay? So here are the questions you need to answer. What are the liabilities of Eureka Placement Agency? Make sure you place your answers in the comment section at the bottom of video lecture number 4 for week number 12. Okay? So that ends the lecture for the whole semester. Here is the last quiz. Take-home quiz number 12. Okay? So, Janeline Villavende, nabalitaan niyo ba yung kaso niya? Siya ay isang domestic helper sa South Cotabato na dineploy sa Kuwait. Okay? She was sexually abused by her male employer and she was eventually killed. Napatay siya nung asawa nung kanyang employer, yung Mrs. Okay? Last December 2019. At yung kanyang bangkay ay binalik sa Pilipinas noong January 2020. Na-television sa TV. The employers were arrested by the Kuwaiti authorities. Yung lalaki na sintensyahan ng pagkakakulong at yung babae naman ay death penalty ang kanyang naging parusa. Meanwhile, the Philippine government promised to run after the local placement agency that recruited Janeline. Here is the question I want you to answer as a take-home quiz. What are the liabilities of the placement agency of Janeline? How can such incident be avoided? Okay? Submit your answer to Danny_Kabulay2000@yahoo.com not later than June 21. So that is Monday night. Okay? It's important that you answer this by Monday night because Tuesday, ako ay mag-check na ng mga papers for the whole semester and then for the third grading period, and then I will submit the grades on Wednesday. But of course, Tuesday night, I should be able to show to you your grades so you can comment. You may want to clarify some of the scoring that I've done, and then I will be submitting my grades evening of Wednesday. So you have 24 hours to correct your grades if there are any corrections. Okay? So the grade that you will earn for this quiz is also going to be the grade that you will earn for the task number 12. Kasi wala tayong task number 12. Yung quiz ninyo, yan din ang task number 12. So times 2. So importante na maganda ang sagot ninyo, medyo mahaba at maganda ang sagot nyo. Okay? So now that the semester has ended, remember this, no? I hope you learned many nuggets of wisdom in the course Recruitment and Selection. We can always be better each day. The best part about life, every morning that you wake up, you will always have a new opportunity to become a happier version of yourself. So cheer up. I trust that all of you will pass my course, and good luck to everyone. God bless you all. Bye!